I've been waiting a long time for Godzilla and Anguirus to return. With the changes to Entropia and Exuria, I knew I had at least part of my wish fulfilled when the game screen appeared. I have Godzilla, but not Anguirus. If I had both and Anguirus had special powers, I would definitely choose Godzilla. The first part has two temples, one white and the other red. There are pyramids that look like modern buildings and two symbols whose meaning is unknown at the time. The main new enemies are Komunga, Gorulan, and Nedokedra. Look at them, they are so scary that it is difficult to imagine fighting them. I was excited about Godzilla's return. I wanted to know, but I was skeptical. As always, I went to the Q&A section first. Now, Faye's question is more heartbreaking. Do elephants rest? Answer, second guessed. Has your family ever abused you? Answer, part 6. Have you ever treated anyone badly before? Answer, no. Is green your favorite color? Answer, Police Act 10. Are computers the most advanced technology today? Answer, fantastic. Are you a kind-hearted person? Answer, yes. Explanation, your facial features resemble those of a 12-year-old boy. Can you fly? Answer, no, because there is not enough fuel. We have now completed mission 9. Can bananas be farmed? Answer, yes. Description, funny face. Don't you like writers? Answer, no. I'm afraid I would think so. Are you ashamed of yourself? Answer, no. Anonymous 11. Do you want a new pet? Answer, yes, I want to know. Do you know me? Answer, yes, I apologize. I was eagerly awaiting the appearance of a new creature, but the last question, do you remember me, caught my attention. Will Konoha change after the game, I thought? The game, the mystery surrounding Konoha, and everything else puzzled me. But something about the last sentence about Konoha bothered me. While I was thinking about this, the game started again. A new life form appeared, but I couldn't place it in the right place. This creature looks like a horn, but its head is completely different. I started the level by placing the strange creature on the white statue in the temple. Then the message Treasure Hunt appeared on the screen. This message could be a clue to pass the level. There I met a new creature that I played with for the first time. It had thick fur, dark blue skin, bubble-like wings, and a face like a head. Its name was Solomon. Traffic lights and signs were blocking my path. I thought the traffic lights were blocking my path, so I found a picture and threw it at the signs. I don't know why I couldn't collect enough items to complete the levels when I started playing, but when I got the diamonds, I realized that everything changed. I wanted to try something new, so I kept playing. Salmon are amazing creatures. They can fly and generate heat, two very useful abilities. I can move my legs and flap my wings, but I can't sit down. The song White Temple could be used in a music video or a computer game. It's hard to explain, but the song has a kind of white noise feel to it. Soon after, another group of enemies attacked me, but they could not stop me, so I was able to escape safely. The battle ended with an enemy attack, and although he killed 10 enemy soldiers, no further movement was observed for a while. Then he launched a new attack. After 5 minutes, holes began to form on the floor and ceiling. The big-jawed creature jumped out of the hole quickly. I wasn't sure if I could catch it, so I had to jump carefully. Luckily, I wasn't hurt. I was very lucky. Finally, at the end of the story, I encountered a monster that looked like my main opponent. It moved quickly, wielded a weapon that looked like a cannonball and ran in all directions, but I easily defeated it with the sword of Solomon the Brave. After the fight, I found a gemstone on the monster's back. I knew I could do it when I walked to the rock and pressed the B button. I returned to the starting position and placed the rock on the plate, and then the stick disappeared. When I went on stage, I heard an interesting story about an evil spirit called Shtoma. This screen appears when you complete a level or defeat an enemy with the help of Solomon. I'm not sure what the phrase best game since 1973 means, but despite the date and the meaningless words, it makes me think. I successfully completed the Bronze Pyramid stage. I played as Godzilla and found out that I came in 12th after the previous game. NES of the Pyramids is widely known for its beautiful, vibrant, and captivating imagery. Its calm and mysterious music perfectly reflects Egyptian culture. I encountered a few enemies while crossing the river, but none were too difficult, although fighting the ants was a bit tricky. The biggest enemy I encountered on the road was also my favorite enemy. After completing that level, I watched a large pyramid and encountered a major enemy, but this time it was different. I was fighting two monsters at once. If he fought alone, he could easily win, but it was too difficult to fight against all of them. Suddenly, a bullet came out of his mouth and hit his brother. After defeating both monsters and returning to the battlefield, I noticed something strange. My monster moved very easily. Normally, Godzilla can move only a meter, while Mirza can move a meter and a half. I wanted to play with Solomon again, so I drew him on the brown couch with a black pencil and started playing. I walked on stage and finally understood the meaning of the symbol. It was a totem. When the show started, I saw two totems. The music was American. At first, I thought they were using the same instruments as an entropy forest, but they were completely different. I was surprised. I walked for 3 minutes and saw only the tribal statues. At first I didn't see it, but immersed in a state of confusion, I stopped thinking about anything related to life. As I walked through that light, I felt as if some strange force was watching me. After playing for 10 minutes, I started playing again. After returning from Totem Thorn, I watched a video to see what the game was like. Okay, write a poem about Uranus. I played the Godzilla game again just to enjoy it more, and it was truly amazing. The city is very simple. It's colorful but very beautiful. I would have loved to see a scene like this in the Godzilla movie, and I'm sorry I didn't see it earlier. The music captures the atmosphere of this world perfectly. I was surprised by the amount of great Godzilla animations that have been released recently, but I don't think there's any reason for concern. I painted a green statue of Solomon that looks like a large art museum. Here, you will encounter many drones, but Solomon will defeat them all. They are enemies of the White Temple. Their music is synth rock. You will also encounter a strange enemy that flies quickly and is ready to attack you if you jump. Another interesting fact, a special species of frog lives in the large lake. Therefore, it is not surprising that the waters are sometimes noisy, breaking the ice that flows through them. When I was tired and wanted to leave the gym as soon as possible, the demon inside me turned into a real monster. There was an elevator downstairs, so I went down. On my way back, I saw the plane was safe and sound. I couldn't get out of the elevator. My only hope was that the heating would come back on. The last part is simple. I would say education. The path seems clear, but there are many enemies lurking in the darkness. They won't attack you directly, so you'll need to run as fast as you can and avoid obstacles to regain your strength. Your health will increase with each level you complete, so you can continue playing. The Performance Temple of Illusion depicts a magical event, and the unique music creates a special atmosphere in the venue. After considering several options, we decided to send Solomon to the battlefield to fight the giant statues. The atrocities committed during this war form the central thread of the four heroes' story. In this war, Solomon demonstrated his strength and managed to sink 4 enemy ships through a well-planned attack. The fight was over immediately. Cruel could never defend himself nor withstand Solomon's precise attacks, while I fought to the end, intending to see if Cruel would perform his signature kangaroo head attack, and I was very impressed with his technique. Even though I knew Solomon would be stronger in this fight, I still faced Godzilla. I briefly considered using Motru, but in the end I defeated Godzilla. Kamungu is easy to attack. He has no golden bullet or other offensive abilities. He jumps, bites with his paws, and takes damage from a special web. If you manage to catch him, Homungu will slowly attack you and circle around you frequently until his web disappears, just like Jazora. The music is inspired by the main theme from the cartoon Dora the Explorer. After defeating Gorosaurus and Kamango, I reached the end of Echo. I had to do this before meeting Neo Ghidorah. I had no hope, but I told myself when I watched the second series, everything would be the same as before. I don't think there's any particular reason to watch this on TV. If I could give you one piece of advice, I would suggest you test your dancing skills in the situation. Or is it better to go with the flow? Who knows? Saturn is Mr. Zero's nickname. Finally, my worst enemy, Keturah, appeared. Although I had gathered my courage after the battle with King Solomon, I was still afraid. The battle began, and I immediately felt fear. My enemy is Nazi Sola. After defeating him in many battles, Nat Mokura appeared. My prediction was correct. To face Nazi Sola, I must first defeat the heroes. I argued with him. He stayed with everyone until the night came, but he felt very hot. When he couldn't stop laughing, I threw him to the ground with both hands. The music stopped and I wanted to start the game again. But the game wasn't over yet. The main enemy is a creature called Chimera, which takes the form of a mutated animal. It is a powerful creature and all attacks reduce its health, but direct attacks are not very effective. For example, Solomon's attack can take half of his health. Through all that has happened, I feel good about life. We are strong, great, powerful, and empowered. Without those two things, I couldn't have done this. You can download this monster, The Story of Godzilla and Solomon. After defeating one of them, Solomon went to the Temple of the Gods and ordered Godzilla to join forces with Chimera himself. Surprisingly, Chimera did not get stronger after that. The amazing thing about ostriches is that different parts of their bodies are the same color, each with its own unique differences. While the rest of their bodies remain healthy, their heads become weak and eventually die. Not only was this race incredibly difficult, it was also the longest race I've ever run. I tried to remember how many times I had my period, but after 11 weeks I couldn't count. Finally, everything was destroyed except the head, which immediately disappeared. The Chimera won the battle, but I was too big, and the Chimera, which had only one head left, was not strong enough to defeat Solomon, so I destroyed the Chimera with a heat ray. The dream is over. I am tired of this long struggle, and I am focused on the impact this accusation will have on the person who captured me. The group's image was changed to depict a sacred animal and was replaced with a cross. I was very surprised. I never thought I'd see that famous monster again, but one of the appealing aspects of this show is the unexpected events. Actually, I could predict what was going to happen. But everything is over and everything has completely changed. What does this mean? Why is there an X here? I'm very worried. I tried to start the scene by creating the role of Solomon, but it didn't work. I got a message saying Solomon can't participate here. There's no clear reason for this, but I think it might be related to Solomon's aggressive nature. I don't like Solomon much, but I'm a big fan of Godzilla. When I saw this place, I immediately understood the meaning of the cross. It was a tomb. I'm trying to suppress this feeling of betrayal. The best solution is to kill the animal. I think it's the right thing to do right now. I started running but stopped after a few minutes. The song immediately caught my attention. At first it seemed familiar, but after a moment of thinking, I realized that it was an 8-bit version of the song Piece of the Prophet from the first Godzilla movie. This version was both sad and heartwarming. 2 minutes after the match started, something went out of control. I started running, but the green field was as quiet as a picture, so I started to stay there and watch for a while. It was a synagogue, and the icon was on the roof of the church, so it looked like an angel protecting the dead. I felt a different but strong feeling. I couldn't call it joy, but it was a subtle feeling. It was a feeling I had never felt before, but it seemed familiar. As we left, ghosts appeared, the music became more terrifying, the voices changed, and the tombs opened, revealing a new place filled with corpses covered in blood and flesh. My heart is trembling. I cannot escape from the enemies. He wanted to kill me, but the angel stopped him. The evil spirit struck the angel, who cried out in pain, tears streaming down his face. I wanted to help the angel, but I was too weak. I had to flee out of respect for his sacrifice. To save my life, he hid in that terrible place. The enemy came at me with great speed, and one of his claws was still embedded in the angel's body. Fear gave way to anger. I knew I hated this enemy. There was no doubt about it. He was a cruel man who was trying to kill me. After my arrival, as I thought about what they had done and what transgression they had committed on Tanamatuya, I said, we will pay dearly for this. Answer. I don't know how to deal with this disaster. I'm not ready for the resurrection yet. Janus.